Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions as I get situated here. So welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you and all the support I've been getting. I greatly appreciate it. It means a great deal to me. I love doing what I'm doing. I've started a new love series, and basically what I'm doing is I'm picking two sun signs each day randomly with my dice on my astrology wheel here. And then I'm going to break down a little bit about each sign and, the personality traits, some interesting facts and phenomenons, and then why I believe there's great potential for this relationship, as well as the aspects that are going to be a little different, something to work on, but very, very important and growth provoking and hopefully inspirational for you and informational, and giving you a little more clarity as to why it is you are attracted to this particular sign. Over the years I've studied, it's phenomenal who hangs out, and there's a lot of good reasons for it, but this is general. It'll be just for the sun sign of these two signs, and I then will finish with some tarot energies for this couple during the month of June. We're on June 9th, 2020 today, so it'll be today and moving onward. And then also some oracle and divinations that have amazing and beautifully guidance messages for you, sent strictly from love. And then last but not least, the signs that I read for that I'm seeing have the most views. I would love to do a bonus reading by the end of the month. And I'll be able to see because I check out the analytics and it lets me know. And just as a thank you back to you for your support. So let's get moving on. Today, the two sun signs are going to be for Leo and Aquarius. And I absolutely love seeing this. In my years of reading and studying and documenting real life situations with my friends and people that would come into my business and fill out a form and recognize their birthdays, it's unbelievable and uncanny who hangs out together. And there's always going to be the ones I've noticed that are understandable for the reasons I'll explain, but then also the ones that are not necessarily as common, they're more obscure, but every bit as important and every bit as common in their own way. Today we have Leo and Aquarius, and this can be either female or male on either side. And the reality is that we're dealing with the polarity, and that's the opposite, right? From each other. On the astrological wheel, if you want to ever download your own wheel to get even more diverse information and more deep understanding of your connection, it's a phenomenal study and it's free. You can always look that up for yourself. But the reality is that the polarity, meaning the opposite, is actually something that would in fact draw you to each other, and it happens time and time again. So I'll break it down a little bit more for you. We'll start with the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is the element of water, it is the element of air. And I said that when I know fully that it shows and is symbolized on the tarot cards as the water bearer. And so people get confused, and here I said water. What it really represents as far as the water barrier is the ability to give gifts to the masses for equality and for love and kindness, which is what the Aquarian loves. I mean, they are beautiful humanitarian signs. They are incredibly intellectual and inventive, and their element is air, so it has a lot to do with the mind and constant thinking and communicating and recognizing the changes that are inevitable and imperative, specifically for Aquarians. They're far-thinking, innovative, kind of breaking the system, changing the norm. They are a fixed sign, which means that they are pretty much set in certain ideals and opinions. They're pretty much firm in their beliefs, and they are ruled by the planet Uranus, which is all about change, all about the unexpected, scientific, ideals and inventions. It's just a beautiful sign that represents wanting to change the world, really. Just this visionary, beautiful foresight for that. And they can at times be considered a little bit detached. And I say that and have noticed that I'm a sister air sign. And it's really always amounts to the fact that they are just thinking things all the time. It's just always trying to formulate the ways that they can express themselves better, coming up with ideas, and ways to communicate and connect and bring this beautiful love and genuine unity to the world, So their detachment is only because it's their mind that they focus on a lot of the time. Of course they have big hearts, and of course they're loving, and depending on what the other signs are in their chart would definitely explain that further. But regardless, that is the basic overall understanding about the Aquarians. And so I'll go on to the sign of Leo, which, by the way, I did read Leo with at least one other element, which I believe is Virgo earlier. But this will be, there's 12 different astrology signs. So then I'll be doing how each of those signs get along with the 12 other signs. And so that's like 24 plus, and I'll do it throughout the month, and we'll do it each month. So hopefully you'll like it, and you'll have that much more understanding between each other. The Leo is the fire sign. That's the fire element. That's the passion. It is ruled by the sun. And as you know, the sun is in fact the center of our solar system. It is known to be the strongest, most powerful, fiery planet, and it is known for light and energy and generosity and heat and exuberance, and it's so necessary in our lives, right? So this is what the Leo represents. It is also a fixed sign, both of them being fixed signs. So you're seeing 2 or 3 of the commonalities, even though they are polar opposites. So there's that I'll come back to. But the Leo is about pride, and it's like being a leader and being seen and being recognized and being popular and all the things that matter to Leos. Being very passionate about anything that they're working towards or the people that they are involved in. I mean, they are the sign known for love affairs, other than Scorpio. The passionate aspect and heartfelt drives of Leo are never mistaken, and they're a romantic sign for sure. So Leos love to be the king of their castles, and they love having the people in them entertained and well taken care of. Extremely generous, extremely loyal sign you'll never find, and one that is more, I should say. And yeah, just very, very concerned with how they are presented, how they are seen. I see many Leos in my lifetime that are creators, and so they're very talented, and they're actors, and they're CEOs of their companies, and yeah, just very, very heartfelt. And they do need, like I said, they need that attention. But when you have the fire and the air elements together, and that can be obviously with this conversation with Leo and Aquarius, there's going to be that spark, that instant thing that happens, and it keeps things moving, like the bellows that you use to blow air on a fire and keep it going. This is what happens. The interaction between the two is just enormous and so passionate. So I see them both having large circles of friends of all walks of life, and just, having these beautiful social events together. They're both very independent signs, which is good. Although I will say that I find the Aquarian probably more so, and the Leo wanting to create that partnership between the two of them being a little bit more exclusive. So that would be something to consider and to work on with each other's loving, caring temperaments, and the accepting part of you that recognizes the differences. And just I don't know, I've known this equation with the Leo and Aquarius throughout time that I believe to be one of the strongest relationships that can last a long lifetime if you want it to. I mean, some relationships are meant to be for a season and some for a lifetime. And they all give us great insight and understanding of each other, which is most of the beauty of relationships, is recognizing that and growing together through the differences, and just embracing it and loving it for all you can. So this is about obviously romantic relationships, but also great friendships and, you know, partnerships in work, family relationships. It covers all avenues as far as love is concerned. So those are the two things that I can speak about as far as the personality and the combination and traits. And so I'm going to read to you now the Tarot astrology that will affect you in this month of June and onward. Because let me just say, as I'm shuffling, I mean, I'm using the beautiful Art Nouveau Tarot deck today, and it's interesting because the cover has the Strength card, which is absolutely representing the sign of Leo, you know, and how strong they are and how devoted they are and how we all each have that in us. But to have that as a relationship and a person that you can count on and depend on is one of the most beautiful things, I think, as far as a personality trait. So anyway, what I wanted to say was we have 2 eclipses this month, and they're going to be extremely important for you individually and as a couple. The first one was in Sagittarius, also a water sign, or excuse me, I'm so sorry. Whew, the retrogrades are hitting hard. Also a fire sign, so very complementary to both the Aquarian and the Leo aspects this month. And Sagittarius lunar eclipse is about bringing light into situations that need to change, bringing truth, bringing equality, far-reaching goals and accomplishments that's you know, absolutely global, foreign, you know, local, anything having to do with travel through the mind, through physical, actual travel, movement, maybe moves, a lot more moves happening, could very well be moves for you in Aquarius this month. Maybe you've already established that and you're starting that, maybe a move into a new depth of your relationship, maybe a move into legitimately a new home. Great time to have that happen. And then the next eclipse is going to be in the sign of Cancer, which is going to be on the 21st, the same day as the summer solstice. So that's really going inward and feeling the heart side of us, which is the biggest thing I can say, you know, about certainly Leo and their passion and their heart and their drive to show love, to be loved, to make a difference, as well as Aquarians. So beautiful, emotional, transformational month indeed, and you will recognize that and you will grow together with it. And I see it being a very positive influence on the two of you. And we have the retrograde season. There's going to be 6 retrograde planets by the end of the month. So there's a lot. There's a lot. And it's all for our well-being. It's all for our highest good. It's all to teach us and to maybe get out of our comfort zone and to try new things. That beautiful Aquarian energy. And by the way, starting next year, we already had a taste of it, but we have Saturn in Aquarius retrograde right now. And I believe there was another one, and it's escaping me. However, it was in Jupiter, and now it's back into Capricorn with the retrograde. Next year, through the whole year of 2021, we'll have predominant planets in Aquarius. So that new, that innovative, that change, that truth, the people, the global, the transformation is huge, and we're already feeling it. Obviously we are. So it's so synchronistic to the planetary aspects that are affecting all of us, and you and yourselves as couples. So know this, embrace it. Just take time with yourselves to kind of process it all, and know that it's all going to be okay. It's going to be incredibly beautiful and lighter. There'll be more lightness once all the confusion and the contradiction disappears. The truth will prevail, and I love feeling that. I love saying that to you, and I fully believe it. So let's talk about the energies. And the first one is a major arcana, and that is the moon. And the moon is pretty prevalent this month with the lunar eclipses. And then a third one, by the way, July 4th, 5th, depending on where you are. So the massive changes, as if we hadn't had enough, right? All just leading us to that place we need to be. We're here for a reason. It's perfect timing in our lives. We're experiencing history in the making. And I just feel this beautiful, beautiful regeneration and revival, if that's a word that should be, I think it's appropriate. Reconstructing, renewing, reviewing with all the retrogrades. The moon, listening to your intuition, first and foremost, always comes through for this. Yes, there are hidden factors. There always are. Cycles bring in new information, and my gosh, the cycles of the moon occur every month. So we have the ability to see things in a new state, which will be the new moon on the 21st, and then the full, which brings the culmination, bringing endings and beginnings and the continuum, right? Since the day we were born. And so there's some beautiful insights to things that are being brought to light once again. Maybe in your relationships, and you know what that is, and it feels good, it feels important. And maybe your relationship is new, and you are just kind of really just touching the surface with each other. But you're wanting to know more, you're wanting to grow together, you're wanting to build a better, even stronger foundation. The moon also represents the sign of Cancer. Once again, the new moon eclipse will be in Cancer. So just this incredible love and compassion for your connections, for the people you love and the things you love. And, really hard. I don't care if you are an air sign that might be a little detached, intellectually. You're going to be feeling it. You're going to be in a place where you're just like, wow. And that Leo they'll help you with that. Trust me. They will show you the way to passion. So I like that a lot. I like that it's showing you your ability to know intuitively what it is that's the most important, and how the changes will affect you. And then the next time we had, and this has been a repeat, I must say, but it is the Two of Swords. Once again, this is the element of air. So you're in your element, Aquarian. You are really thinking things through. You've got some decision, and I think the two of you, representing the two, are working on this together. You may have had a couple of choices. You may have new insights into financial situations, because the swords do represent Aquarius, yes, the element of air, also Gemini and Libra. So it can have to do with law, perhaps, like the Libra aspect, and the justice and the fairness. But I also see illegalities in regards to finances, and institutions always come up with this. So what might have been very foggy and stuff is becoming very, very clear as the month goes on, regardless of the retrogrades. Retrogrades are our friends. They slow things down. They give us a chance to review and rethink and really dissect certain situations, at a slower pace. So we're not rushing through and having to redo it later. It's a benefit in many ways, and we're just kind of following the status quo right now and have to follow what's happening in the outside world. But there's decisions being made, and I think between the two of you, it'll be very, very beneficial. Yeah, the hidden aspects will come to light, and you will both have these conversations together, and you'll work through everything. And it could involve a Libra or a Gemini, and we are in Gemini season right now, so there's huge amounts of air quality happening, a lot of information, a lot of thoughts. You know, some concerns, yes. Nothing that can't be. The thing about air is it's changing, and it doesn't last long. We can have those thoughts, and we can easily change those thoughts and come in with information to change those thoughts. So I like that a lot for the two of you as a couple. And then the next we have is, oh yes, of course. Now people get frightened. This is the major arcana of the Tower. It's what I said. It's this transformation that's just, in order to have the best lives and the best security and best foundation, many times things need to change. You know, we cannot stay in the same position, job. You know, I mean, years past, yes, it was a lot more common. That's not happening anymore. So when people see the Tower, they're like, oh no. And I say, oh yes, bring it. Because this is going to change you for the better. And it's already happened. So it's not really like that big of a surprise. Though I will say, there can be new information coming in out of the blue with the eclipses. It definitely does that. It'll eclipse something out, it'll bring something in. And I look at it as a positive. So we don't need to see it as a negative. You know, a lot of times people are like, change, what? No, good change, okay? Excellent change. Change that's been needing to come through for very, very, very many years. Getting out of the talking and thinking and into the real physical manifestation, you know, that kind you can touch and feel and really hold on to. So yeah, and new ideas, towering as far as epiphanies, you know, new information about your relationship that might be just possibly having to do with marriage or engagement out of the blue, like, what? Okay, yes, I will. Yes, I do. And I love that. And you can kind of expect that if you've been in a relationship for a while and that's something you're wanting. Yeah, it's going there. It's going in that direction. It's evolving to a better, bigger place. Never think small at this point in our lives. This is not about that anymore. Quite the contrary with the Aquarian influences and just the beautiful transformation that's happening and inevitable. And then, of course, after having said that, you have the major arcana. So you have 3 major arcana, which is hugely powerful and incredibly important for you to hear and feel and understand. And it's the Hierophant. It's tradition. It's religious, you know, ceremonial, ceremonial kind of, rite of passage, perhaps weddings, perhaps. It definitely generally does stand for the unity, the marriages of couples, of two people, of understanding, of ideas, your own intuitive strength and, you know, fundamental beliefs. And yeah, I think it's a very divinely guided kind of spiritual understanding and recognition that comes to you, you know. Changing your mind about things that you may have thought were just the way it always had to be. And that's not true anymore. So, but I do see love in this too. I do see a very, very strong, and I feel a strong connection to, committing to each other, committing on whatever level that is. I don't know, but I know you understand this. So I'm excited for you. I love it, and I think it's a beautiful relationship. Regardless of what type it is, it's a beautiful and dynamic and deep and loving and, like I said, long lasting, if that's what you choose. So what beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah, just take it in and allow time for yourselves to enjoy each other's company. With the changes coming, you'll probably find yourself, if you haven't been already, probably more busier, relatively faster than you may have thought. Things are going to be changing quicker than I think people realize. And that also is good. And then with a new season of sun, you love sun. Enjoy yourselves. That's all I'm saying. Take that time. So let me finish with these two beautiful, oh my gosh, oracles that I hold very dear, because they have these just delivering the most heartfelt messages, kind of opening our minds and piquing our interest of things that we probably knew, but just reminding us. And so I'll pull out yours. And then the last one being the Super Attractor Manifestation card, which I truly, truly love, because it invites us to feel into reality the life we truly want with each other, as a couple, as friends, in unity with the world, and believing it with everything that we are, which will then create that for us, feeling it into reality. Law of attraction. Wow. Let's go with this one. Kind of have the dropsies here. I'm going to read them both. They're both so beautiful, so colorful, like your personalities, really. You are not boring, let me tell you. You are beautiful, fun-loving people. So, the first card is going to be the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, and this says discernment, clear vision, and details. Number 9 in today's June 9th. So I love that synchronicity right there. 9 in numerology really represents completion. It's the furthest level that you can reach before you start the new cycle again, which is 10, of course, taking away the 0, the 1. So yeah, just finishing the end and beginning the new in regards to relationship, into your lives, into the world at hand right now. And I'll read to you what it says specifically, because I just adore these the messages. So number 9, for all the beautiful Leo and Aquarius connections of the world, the Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about the details. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It is the details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe. This was actually pulled recently. The ally is on your side to point to the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life. And it reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this moment, in this perfect moment, observing the minute things, leads you to manifest your highest good and greatest desires. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the smallest acts that really count now. I think that's important for both of you, because I think both of you and who you are and your passion of life and the world is definitely shown in huge ways. And now it's time to just recognize the smallest little movements or gestures that mean so much, I love that. And then, so the 2, I'm going to read both. The Super Attractor Manifestation messages for you for the month of June and onward, because the eclipses can last months and months after, the effects that they have on you. Directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want. Whew! That's right. Keep it thriving, you guys. Keep it thriving. And when I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. What do you think of that? I think that says a lot. And if you hold that in your energy and you fully believe it, that's what you will be and achieve and see coming into your life. And I want that for you. And I hope that you resonate with this reading very, very much. If you like the reading, please push the subscribe button. Do the support that I love and appreciate. But more importantly, just come back and see your readings, and especially if I do the bonus for you. But take great care of yourselves, because we all matter, and you certainly matter. And I'm sending you love. Thank you for your time. Bye for now.